What's going on, Jeromes? So the Minnesota Fighting Vikings Entertainment Network, they do a fantastic job every day in practice, putting out these hype videos, and just makes you feel good, makes you feel ready for football. Plus, occasionally there's things that you can glean from it, like Zapruder film style. Like, that's how we picked up that Michael Juergens is working as the third center right now. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's good entertainment. Gets you pretty excited. Gets pretty hyped. That's why they call hype videos. So want to go through a couple stills here because we got to break it down Zapruder style. Back into the left. So first up, Justin friggin' Jefferson. So he recreated the Bills catch. Like, I feel like sometimes he just gets bored. Like, you know what? Any mere mortal can catch a ball with two hands, but let's do it one-handed, and then let's do it one-handed extended. Huge catch radius for a 6'1" wide receiver, but also just I don't know what, because aura is like an old word, but it's been co-opted by the young generation. But Jefferson does have that aura and charisma and leadership, and the energy is just different when he's there versus when he wasn't there during voluntary OTAs the last 2 years. But just fantastic, man. Also, two key free agents that look to make a big splash for the Vikings this year. Jonathan Gennard helping replace Danielle Hunter in the aggregate, Moneyball style, with Diamond Dallas Turner, AVG, etc. And Gennard, I mean, I think Gennard's going to be really fantastic with Diamond Dallas Turner. He paired up nicely with Turner's former Alabama teammate Will Anderson last year, as Anderson won Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think that Diamond Dallas could do that with Gennard again this year. And, I mean, Gennard, of course, has a great nose and instinct for the quarterback as well. Blake Cashman, so I understand wearing the caps, it's a safety thing, and I'm all for it, but it makes him look like Toad from Super Mario. You know what I mean? But Toad is going to pair up beautifully with Ivan Pace Jr. and really patrol the middle of the defense for the Vikings. Also, of course, the major storyline in camp is the quarterback competition. Slinging Sam Darnold, free agent, former number 3 overall pick, 2018, finally has a chance, has talent around him. And frankly, if Darnold can't do it here, he's not going to do it. Right? And I think the year with Shanahan, the Niners, going to a Super Bowl as the backup for Brock Purdy, I think that will do him well. A lot of skill set crossover between what a Shanahan quarterback does and what Kevin O'Connell wants his quarterback to do. That's why Nick Mullins, formerly of the Niners, fit in so well. That's why they went and got him, as well as J.J. McCarthy. I mean, McCarthy's ahead of schedule, and McCarthy has taken a noticeable leap from OTAs to training camp. Now, part of it is obviously McCarthy putting in the work, and also part of it is I think that the coaches are just putting a little bit more on his plate. Wes Phillips talked about how they have to let him make mistakes, and they don't want to give him too much, but also they don't want to give him too little where things are just easy, right? That's not where you grow and show. And Darnold, I do think that they still are. They're fully in on having Darnold start this year and having JJ essentially redshirt, but McCarthy might force their hand. Like, if Darnold looks good, right? But what if McCarthy looks great? What if rest of training camp, especially in front of the fans, what about preseason in front of the TV audience, McCarthy just looks like that dude? It's going to be hard to keep him on the bench. It's going to be difficult, man. Also difficult, the Vikings run game was difficult last year, but Aaron Jones, he needs a new lanyard, but Aaron Jones looking really damn good, looking like New Jack City, by the way. So added some muscle, looking fantastic. Hopefully durability will be good to go. But also Ty Chandler. Ty Chandler is probably one of the more explosive players on the team, and I think the Vikings have underutilized him the first 2 years. Well, year one, he was dinged up. He had, I think it was a hand injury. But last year, when he got his opportunity, like that Bengals game, man, looking really damn good. And I think that he and Aaron Jones would be a nice 1-2 combination out of the backfield as the Vikings look to run the ball more in 2024. Also, looking to make an impact. So Brandon Powell, right now, sort of pencil him in as the wide receiver 3. Also, he is the punt returner from last season, looking to do the same again this year. But also, if Powell ends up being your wide receiver 3, do you look somewhere else to have a punt returner? Because you don't really want a key offensive contributor, a guy who's going to play a lot of snaps returning punts or kicks. But also Trent Sherfield, free agent from Buffalo. I mean, he's looked okay at times, but of course, once training camp starts heating up, you're going to start seeing some separation there. Could Sherfield rise? Could Powell rise? Could Jalen Naylor stay healthy and rise? That's what they're talking about. Also rising. So I love me some CJ Ham. Papa Ham, as JJ McCarthy has christened him. 31 years young, just turned 31. Happy late birthday, CJ. And I always love me the fullback. So we want to get back to like old school meat and potatoes football. And Wes Phillips, Vikings OC, talked about Ham on Friday about using that 21 personnel, 2 running backs, one tight end, 2 wide receivers. And, you know, CJ Ham leading the way for Aaron as well as Ty Chandler, something that you would love to see. But either way, like obviously, you know, football is football, and we're starting to get back into the swing of things. And fans back at TCO today, so peeps get to see all the favorite players in person, putting in that work, trying to get better every single day, and all the other football cliches. But it's really easy to get hyped, man. It's really easy to get. Let's go, baby. But your thoughts are thoughts. Take a look at the Vikings hype video so far. You guys know what to do. Skol production value.